This is going to be an actual makeup tutorial. You might learn a few tips. What you just saw me do right there was micellar water on my brush, and I take micellar water and I clean up and shape my brows. I like to do this instead of concealer because I feel like it's a little less harsh. If you have oily lids, this is going to be an amazing tip. Take a little bit of your powder, just your translucent powder, and just tap it in the crease. Even if your lids aren't oily, your eye cream can sometimes hinder this because this is where we have the most friction. And I'm talking the tiniest amount of powder. We don't need a lot. I like to wear this alone, but today I'm going to use it as an eyeshadow base. Instead of swiping, I'm going to tap it. I'm going to get more pigment out of it, and it's also going to spread it across the lid space a lot more evenly. And remember that even our makeup is, whether that be a liquid, cream, anything, the more even it is, the better it wears. This is the new eyeshadow palette from Kosas. I haven't tried it yet, but I grabbed that on the center of the brush, and I'm just going to push that on the outer part of the eye. Where you pick up your product on your brush really does matter. Say I want to pick it up on the side, that means that I want to pack it across here. If I want more precision, I'm going to pick it up on the center, and I'm going to press it here. Say I want even a little bit more precision. I want the product to go from here to the tip of the brush, and it's just on that one side. Let's find it. We can tilt our head back. Let's look down, and then we can just push it in here, even with a fluffy brush. Now I'll just use the side of the brush to tap and transition it a little bit more. We're just kind of smoothing. When you learn how and where to pick up that product on your brush, you actually end up using less brushes. Let's grab this shade on the tip of the brush, and we'll press that onto the brow bone. And I kind of use this shade to blur as well. We're going to blur the top part. I think I want to use this shade on my lid. I love to mix these cool and warm tones. That's pretty. We love a New York pigeon belly gray. Another tip is I like to take that lid color and then I'll just kind of lightly dust that all over the top part of the crease just to make sure everything's nice and cohesive. Let's do a brown wing. This is my favorite brown liner. Whee! I think wing liner is still one of my favorite things about makeup. I just love it. Reaching for that micellar water on the C30 again, really sharpen this up. About to put on my lashes, and I put lash glue on them, but I feel that we always have a little bit of an issue right here with them lifting, so put a little extra. I love this one because it's called Line It and Lash It, so you could just do it straight across, but I only do it here, and then I do it directly on the lash. So you want that lash to sit right on the skin, right next to your lashes, and get yourself a pair of lash tweezers as well. These are incredible. They're from House of Lashes. So where we have very thin skin or hard to reach areas, we want this brush. We want a tiny little brush to really work it around these areas and work it into the fine lines. And then you're thinking, oh my goodness, that's gonna take me an eternity. Well, we only need to do this around here, maybe around here, just these hard to reach areas. And then we reach for our foundation brush and look at how easy that is. Just melt it together. By the way, I wanted to call this brush the Melty Melty 3000, but they told me to just call it the C42 foundation brush. Once I started using a smaller brush around my fine lines, no more creasing. Game changer. Now we need a fluffy brush. We're going to grab just a little bit of this foundation. And the reason we switched to a fluffier one is because we are going to get less coverage. I do want to melt my eyeshadow into my foundation, take it across here even a little bit. It makes such a difference. Let's try out this cream bronzer I just picked up at Ulta. I like the color. It's got some red in there. That is not contour. It's too warm to be contour, but what I'm doing here is I'm keeping the flow. See how that's going to flow into my chest so much better? Blend this out. It's definitely scented. It's giving tropical scent. Oh, it smells like Physicians Formula, but I love the color and I'm loving the way it's blending. Remember, bronzer's warm and it can migrate on top of the cheekbone. Contour cannot migrate. I love birds, so I use the word migrate. I saw some pink spoonbills just this morning. Not that you care. Also notice that I'm pouncing the brush instead of swiping. We're actually going to wind up getting more coverage out of the product when we do this. And of course, just a more even no streak blend. Bronzing up the nose a little bit. The sun would naturally hit us here, so I don't want to have just a big white round circle with the concealer. I think I'm in the mood for something a little bit more peachy, and also notice that I don't have any powder on right now. Blend this out with our C41. Oh, that's nice. Perfect. Now before we get any powder on, let's give this all a nice little once over, tap it all in. We're gonna get a really even blend this way. I don't want a super pink under eye today. I really want that peach to stand out, so I'm gonna use my Givenchy powder. I'm evening that out on the puff, and we'll just go ahead and set the under eye. Ooh, that's nice. I also just went ahead and set the center of my face as well. By the way, I really feel like this Ulta bronzer stick is gonna be really nice for beginners. I spilled micellar water. I wanna show you two things. Now, we can go in like this, and I'm gonna get a little bit of fallout, but I wanna show you how to fix that. I want you to grab quite a bit of powder on a fluffy brush, and I want you to just stamp on top of that, okay? Okay, that's my cat snoring. Now grab a clean, dry spoolie, and we're just gonna take that and dust it away. But we could save this trouble. Grab a clear, tacky base. I'm talking just a dot. You only need a little bit. Now we grab that same shade, and what's gonna happen is that tacky base is just going to grab it, and we're not gonna have any fallout. I don't know who needs to hear this, but get a lash comb. It's gonna change your mascara game. If I can teach you one thing, put your actual lipstick, lip gloss, whatever you're going to use, put it on first, okay? By the way, this is a L'Oreal Balm and Gloss. I love these. The shade is Porcelain Petal. Then grab your lip liner, and it's so much easier to get a precise line and blend. So much easier. I don't know why I don't see more people do this. It's a game changer. By the way, these are the gel lip liners from the Sephora collection. These are my favorite lip liners. They're a gel, so they have a little bit of a shine to them, but they last. I love a clean lip line. Take a little bit of powder on that C30, and it's gonna clean this up. Perfect. Plus that powder creates a little bit of a barrier so the lip line lasts longer and it doesn't move. I thought I was almost done, but let's make a gray waterline. We're gonna add white and then just a touch of the black on top. Ooh, that's pretty. And we are all done. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.